This is Global Ummah Unity, faith, history, and truth in one voice.
Muslim women were leading scholars long before Europe allowed it. When you hear Muslim woman, what comes to mind? Oppression? Silence? Don't worry, you're not alone. This stereotype stems from history, media, and culture. But let's set the record straight. Muslim women have been voices of knowledge and leadership for centuries. They were scholars, authors, and scientists long before European women gained basic rights. It's time for the truth to surface. In the 8th to 10th centuries, while Europe denied women literacy, Muslim women were shaping education. Fatima al-Fihri, a Moroccan woman, founded al-Qarawiyyin University in 859. This wasn't just a mosque or school, it was a university recognized by UNESCO as the oldest in the world. Founded by a woman, not a king or pope. Why doesn't every history textbook reflect this? Islamic tradition involves preserving the Prophet Muhammad's sayings, known as hadith. Many trusted narrators were women. Aisha bint Abu Bakr, the Prophet's wife, narrated over 2,000 hadiths. Scholars traveled far to learn from her. Later names like Karima al-Marwaziyya and Fatima al-Batayihiyya held ijazas and taught hadith to male scholars. Their legacy still holds respect today. Let's frame this historically. While Muslim women were establishing universities and legal rulings, European women faced restrictions. They couldn't attend university, read, or own property. The first European university to admit women did so in the late 19th century, over 1,000 years after Muslim women were active in intellectual life. So why the narrative that Islam oppresses women? It's crucial to distinguish between Islam and cultural practices. Today, we see Muslim women denied rights in some places. However, this isn't Islam. It's cultural patriarchy shaped by colonial legacies. Islam originally advocated for women's rights, granting them rights to inherit, divorce, choose spouses, and own property. Seeking knowledge is a duty for every Muslim, regardless of gender. So why don't we hear about these incredible women? Why isn't Lubna of Cordoba, a 10th century mathematician, studied alongside Pythagoras? Why is Rufayda al-Aslamiyya, the first female surgeon, absent in medical history books? Nana Esmanu, a 19th century advocate for women's education, remains unknown in the West. History is often edited, not just written. When colonizers arrived in Muslim lands, their misunderstanding shaped a narrative of oppression. They equated the hijab with oppression to justify control. Yet they restricted women's choices in their own lands as well. A woman's freedom lies not in her clothing, but in her choices, voice, and access to opportunity. Today, Muslim women are reclaiming their legacy. They lead in science, politics, and education across the globe. In Indonesia, Turkey, the US, and Kenya, they drive businesses and social movements not by Western permission, but through their faith. So when you hear claims of Muslim women as passive victims, remember, that's not history or Islam. That's a narrative formed by fear and ignorance. The truth is, Muslim women have led, built, and shaped civilizations while the world debated their existence. It's time to rewrite the story. We need to give credit where it's due, honoring Muslim women as architects of human knowledge, not just symbols of modesty. This isn't solely about Islam, it's about justice and reclaiming dignity and truth. If you've been misled, now you know. Muslim women were never behind. Their contributions have been overlooked. Let's bring them back into the narrative.
Muslim women were leading scholars long before Europe allowed it. Imagine a world where women were revered as scholars, a world where they taught, led, and shaped society's values. This world existed in Islamic civilization, yet remains largely unnoticed. Muslim women played a pivotal role in preserving and expanding knowledge. Their contributions were sacred and respected, as conveyed by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He said, "The scholars are the heirs of the prophets." Women were honored, not discouraged, in their quest for knowledge. In bustling cities like Damascus and Baghdad, Women taught publicly. They didn't just learn, they educated in mosques and universities. Figures like Zainab bint al-Sharif and Fatima al-Samarkandi were celebrated for their expertise. These women shaped Islamic law. For instance, Fatima al-Samarkandi influenced legal rulings in the 12th century. They didn't just narrate, they contributed meaningfully to juristic debates. Libraries filled with works by and about women flourished in the Islamic world. Women not only authored texts, but also governed libraries. Lubna of Cordoba managed a vast library with over 400,000 books in the 10th century. Muslim women scholars influenced many regions. In West Africa, Nana Asma'u led educational movements. In Southeast Asia, women hosted intellectual gatherings and ruled with Islamic law. Their impact was global, reinforcing the power of women wherever Islam was sincerely practiced. Yet, after colonial invasions, many of these advancements changed. New regimes often ignored women's education, twisting Islam to maintain power. The decline in opportunities didn't stem from Islam, but from a betrayal of its core values. Today, the narrative around Muslim women remains contested. The hijab symbolizes oppression to some, while many see it as a personal choice representing faith. Who defines its significance? True empowerment emerges from choice, not imposition. Modern Muslim women are reviving their historic legacies. Figures like Dr. Hayat Sindhi and Ilhan Omar illustrate this revival. They're not isolated exceptions, they embody a timeless legacy of leadership and intellect. Muslims don't need validation from external sources. It's crucial to reclaim and teach our history. We must educate our children about these figures who paved the way for us. And for the world, it's time to rethink misconceptions about Muslim women. They are not voiceless. They are intellectual peers and allies in the pursuit of truth. So the next time you see a woman in a hijab, recognize her strength and scholarship. Acknowledge the incredible legacy woven into the fabric she wears. Let's reshape the narrative and honor those silenced by ignorance. Muslim women have always led and taught. It's essential for the world to listen today. Thank you. Peace be upon you.
Thanks so much for watching this video on Global Ummah Unity. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep uncovering the untold stories of the Islamic world. Together, see you in the next one, inshallah.